Hello Aries, welcome back to my channel. This is a new reading for the week ahead. From the 15th until the 21st of September, we're gonna see what lies ahead this coming week. What are messages that want to come through for you? What you need to be aware of. So this is a reading for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising. So let's see what we get. Aries. Let's see if the sound is a bit better this week, because I think last week's reading the sound was a bit low. The cards were actually louder than my voice. So let's see if this week gets a bit better. Oh, what do we have? Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles, Six of Swords, so with the Three of Pentacles, you might be working with people next week, working towards a common goal. Maybe there's a project you're finishing. Maybe, I don't know, it could even be an interview, you know, and you're co-working, let's say, with the people in order to get yourself hired in a way. So it's a sort of collaboration. It could be a successful job interview with the Six of Swords, also moving towards calmer waters. That's why I'm saying this. So I don't know if you have a job interview next week, but if you do have one, then this might already be a good start for this. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, good luck, better pay. Okay, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands, some sort of success. People cheering on for you. You being the best, you being the number one. I don't know if you can see it in this card. You being the number one here. Yeah, let's keep going. Two of Pentacles. Juggling between two realities, maybe your old job and your new job. You know, you're getting the new job, but you still need to, you know, give notice, still show up for work in your old job, you know, but you're like, in your mind, you're already excited for the new one. So you're like in between two worlds at this time, or you're gonna be next week, or maybe you already are now. Let's see, what else? The Hierophant, the Teacher, the Wise Man. Wisdom. And the Star, a wish fulfillment, a wish coming true. So, what do we have here for you, Aries? Let's see. So with the Three of Pentacles, it seems to me like you're collaborating with people, you're working towards a common goal. Maybe you're finishing up a project. Maybe you need to communicate more with people, you know, like Maybe you're usually alone doing your own thing, and this week maybe you will have to actually reach out to other people, rely on them, trust that they will help you with what you need to do. As I said, if you have a job interview, this could also be relevant in the sense that, you're one of the people that shows up to the interview, but then you have the interviewers and they're also trying to help you, to guide you through the interview, to know what your skills are, what you're bringing, to this new role. So it could be, if you have an interview, it could be a good interview. These interviewers could really be on your side and could really help you to show off what you can bring to the workplace. So be positive about it, have a good mindset. I know we usually are nervous before a job interview, but I think this here could be a positive one, could be a really positive one where the people are really curious about you and about what your skills are and about what you can do. Other than that, it could be also collaborating, in a creative way. Maybe you're learning how to do something. Maybe you're actually learning a new skill. And here you're educating yourself in how to do something, how to improve something. I don't know. Maybe if you're a student and you're finishing up a project, it could be that you're learning, I don't know, how to do some sort of, I don't know, visual design or something, because I get some sort of creativity here also with this Three of Pentacles. Good for collaboration, good for the workspace, good for interviews, good for learning. Now we also have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, it seems to me like you're off to a better place, wherever, you with the Three of Pentacles, like maybe you're doing something, but maybe once this is done, you'll be like, phew, finally a breath of fresh air, like finally I can breathe now, this is over. Let's move on to the next thing. I don't have to think about this anymore. Or maybe it took some of your time, some of your focus, and now you can focus on new things, you can explore new things. So yeah, so overall this might have been something, even if it was enjoyable, but it might have like a little bit stressful or a little bit time consuming. So I think you're onto calmer things now, let's say. Yeah, calmer things, more enjoyable things. It's usually the card for calmer waters, and indeed it could be that way for you here. With the Wheel of Fortune, I don't know what it is you've created or you are creating, but with the Wheel of Fortune, it's also good luck, a better season, a good start, because we're in the middle of September, so this could be a good start of something, a seasonal upgrade. Maybe you're starting off like on a strong foot, on your best foot forward. You're in flow. I think you're in flow, like you're in a creative flow. You're really like being guided. I don't know, maybe you get an inspiration and you act on it right away. So it could also be that, yeah, that you're simply in flow, and since you're in flow, then yes, you have what your output is better, the results are better, what you create, you're satisfied with, you're not there just thinking, worrying about it, or criticizing yourself about it, but you're actually happy with the outcome of things. And yeah, well, the Wheel of Fortune could also be an upgrade. If it was a job interview, you could be getting a raise, but you could also be getting a good grade. If you're some sort of student. And if it's a creative project, I think you could also be simply very happy, and you could get praised in some way or form for whatever it is you created, and maybe you could get a customer that really prizes what you've created. Yeah, with the Seven of Wands, I think that maybe you're usually on the defensive, but I feel that since now you're in such a good period of your life, such a good season, a new season, basically, maybe it will feel unusual to you, but maybe you will feel your guard is a bit down, and maybe it will worry you somewhat at first. But I think this is all right because, with the Seven of Wands, if we're so guarded all the time, we're also a bit in our heads, we're also overthinking. The past, and we're living in the past and we're not living in the now. And so I feel this is more an energy that maybe you were previously stuck with, or maybe this was a challenge for you before. But I don't think this is the way to go forward, like really defending your stance, or being on guard about the criticism that you might hear from people. I think this is the time to, like, whatever comes, let it come, let it, if it serves you, great. If not, then let it go, let it flow, like, don't dwell on it too much, because I think whatever you're doing is good for you. And so whoever doesn't agree with it, or doesn't see it in the same way, I mean, there is no point. Whatever is for you will find you anyways. And with the Six of Wands here, yeah, I think you have a lot of success here. You have a lot of success. You feel confident. You will, you will feel good about yourself, about wherever you are in life. About the next steps to take. Maybe you're winning a prize. Maybe this was sort of like creating a project, and maybe you were trying to win a prize, win some sort of competition. And with this, I feel you will be very successful. You might win the number one prize. But yes, I think it was, yes, in great part, of course, to yourself, but also maybe you had a good collaboration with people. So yes, I think that this is a season actually where you collaborate very well with others right now. Maybe usually it's not so. Maybe you prefer usually, to do your own thing at your own pace. Maybe you have a faster pace. But if you had to slow down for some reason, then I think that that's what really helped you here gain this success. And you might not always have to do that, so don't worry. Like maybe in the future you can go back to your fast-paced Aries timing. But in this case, at least with the Six of Wands, I think this was a success, or this will be a success. And with the Two of Pentacles here, maybe you're not used to having such success. Maybe you're not used to having such success, or maybe you received some really good news, about a new job offer, a new competition that you won, or some sort of prize, money prize. It could be very much tied with money. And maybe you're planning what to do with it. Maybe you received the notification that it's yours, or you received that an email saying, okay, we want to hire you and this will be your salary, and you already know that it's going to be a raise, but you haven't got the job yet, because it's going to be in the future. You still have to give notice in your old job. But so you're in between these two worlds, and maybe you already know there's something better that is, you can already see it, even if you're not already there. So I think this is this is a good sort of balancing of like, okay, right now I still need to close out this old chapter, finish off these old things. But I have this, this money, this prize, this new job, this new position waiting for me, or these new opportunities even, yes, that you created for yourself. So it's a bit of yeah, balancing this out, because maybe in your mind you're thinking a lot about it, how to go about it. But I think here with the Hierophant, the important thing is to sort of like ground yourself and remind yourself that you created this opportunity. You know, whatever is here is because you created it. You were in a flow, in a good flow. So like, come back to center, come back to knowing that you have the wisdom actually within, that you have the wisdom within, that whatever you created is because you had a vision, you had an inspiration, a strong inspiration. And maybe it's because you didn't ask anyone else about their opinion. You know, maybe you just said, you know, because Aries, you're usually a leader, you're a fire starter. So maybe you just said, okay, could you help me with that? But you didn't ask anyone what that was going to be. So you just said, okay, can you help me with this? Or maybe, you know, you asked people to help you with little details, and you were the one who had like the bigger vision for the project, or whatever it is we're talking about here. And so people didn't have the bigger picture. You did have, you were the one who had the bigger picture. And so all of this success, actually, it's due to you, you know, to your vision, to your wisdom, to your inner calling. So I feel here it's important, you know, not to get too unbalanced with this Two of Pentacles, like maybe because there might be some sort of fear creeping in, like, can I repeat this? Can you know, can I do this again, or was this a one-time off? Or, you know, what if it's a new job and I start off on the wrong foot, you know, like they hired me, but what if they realize I'm not good enough or something like that? So no, with the Hierophant, like, remember, ground yourself, like, yeah, you're the prize. Remember that you're the prize. And with the Star here, you know, I think it's about healing, like maybe healing some sort of pattern, just emotional. Because with here, I see that you are in a good flow in life. So with the Star, I think it's just you needing to realize that you need to let go of some sort of old pattern, old belief that said that you're not good enough, or that maybe, you know, you don't deserve something, or it's not for you, it's for other people. And here, like, you have this success, you know, you know that you can do this, you have the proof that you can do this, you know, you're going to get an award, raise, I don't know, patrons, recognition, praise. You know, it could be many different things, because it could be for different people. But the important message here is you created this, whatever this is, and since you created it, you can always create more of it. You can create, you can expand, you can always expand even more than what you think you can. So, you know, wherever you are now, you can be even greater. So go for it. Enjoy this, because this is actually a very good reading. I'm very glad for you, Aries. So thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and smash that like button if this helped you. And yes, see you next time.